It's Pod against Nasus, where I had 2 early kills. So, like, I thought everything is going great, but then this Nasus just goes and casually gets kills everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I'm not sure what do I do. Like, I'm kind of always pressured to do more to outpace
Mm-hmm.
people because, like, my laner very often int. Um,
All right.
and like, after that he starts dominating me, and I'm ending like one of the worst players of the team. So like, how did it happen, and like what do I have to do?
All right. Sounds good. Well, so far the game's pretty normal. We just got our full clear off. We got the crab. They were pretty happy. We look mid. We got a nice kill. So far everything is pretty nice early game. We get double crab. This is a pretty big lead for Morgana to start with, right? Now we're gonna full clear down.
Yeah,
He gets a kill bot, but it's fine because we got a kill too. If anything, you're actually faster than him now because again, you both full clear down. So the way that normally works is when you're on Krugs, he's on Gromp. When you're on Raptors, he's on Wolves. When you're Wolves, he's Raptors. When you're Gromp, he's Krugs. In this case, because you're about to start your Gromp, I mean Krugs, and you still see he hasn't based it, that means you know you're gonna be up 1 or 2 camp to speed. So that means that by the time you're finishing your like wolves, he's probably just finishing his wolves. You know, and then when you're on your grump, he's gonna be on his raptors, and then you'll have free time to do whatever you want. Well, he still has to do his krugs, right? So now you know that okay, I'm faster than him, so I'm gonna clear downwards, and I'll have an advantage on him. You know, um, I'm not saying for you to do that, but for example, one of the things that could come from having this is technically right now you could go and take his raptors because he's probably just finishing his gromp, so he's not in range to defend them. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just saying that's like one example of what this tempo advantage means for you, right? So now we finish our full clear again. Now he should be finishing his raptors probably and walking towards his krugs. So my concern, and then actually here what he did instead was he did gromp wolves, and after wolves he looks for a mid gank. So now he actually
mhm.
skipped his raptors and krugs entirely. And now he's going to walk to his raptors now, most likely. And then we get the
Yeah.
dragon.
So I tried to use this
Yeah,
like tempo advantage to get the Drake.
yeah, and we get it, which is good. And now, again, now he's probably finishing his raptors. And now he should be walking towards his krugs. So now I would say this is probably a bad idea because he's going to be here to cover this dive. Like he'll be here to stop you. And if you walk here while he walks behind you, now you're going to be stuck between him and the bot lane. So here I would say you should already be happy. Like you already used your advantage. Now we could just do crab, which is spawned base, or you could stay in the map, nothing to base for. You could base for Amtone and Health Crystal, or you could just stay in the map, and then you'll just do full clear again. Red, Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, Blue, Gromp, and then again, you're just going to be really strong this game. So my concern is you actually end up sniping this guy. Holy fuck, thank God. So you don't get punished. And there we go. No, this looks good. I was worried that you'd go for the dive, and then Nasu would show up, but here this is completely fine just to throw it over the wall. No, my only risk is if you go here, it's scary because again he's probably here. But if you're just sitting here, this is completely chill. So I like this. Get the skill. Now we go. I think when you're this close to haunting guys, I would low key just stay because these items don't really give you that much of a spike, right? Health crystal doesn't do anything because we're not really fighting much, and this doesn't increase our clear speed that much. So since you're so close to haunting guys, I'd probably just stay just full clear one more time. But it's fine. It's a small preference. Now we
I
full.
just thought it's kind of the same time,
Yeah,
go that way and the other way.
yeah, it's pretty similar. It's not bad. I don't hate it. Okay, we full cleared down. Our mid laner got solo killed.
Yeah, here I greeded a bit, and I guess this might be the turning point.
If you could run out, it's not the
So I
worst.
killed this
No,
guy
yeah,
and
you
died
can't, you can't.
myself.
Yeah, you can run out. Let's see. Spam Q. Oh, if you live, it's actually not. Oh shit. Now you're gonna die. It's not the worst. I mean, you had a shutdown, so it's not good that you died. I would say like I don't hate going for this. I think just before you run in, just you should automatically put the special on yourself. There's no downside not to, right? He's obviously gonna throw spells on you. Um, obviously he has his ult, he has his W. Even if he doesn't have his ult, you're gonna want to throw special on yourself just to take less damage. So I actually think that you would have kill this guy and lived if you just spell shielded yourself, because then you never would have got stunned, right? And then also, a lot of times
Mhm.
as Morgana, you could do like fadeaways. Like this guy is going to die to your W no matter what. You don't have to auto him to kill him. So I would just start leaving right now. Now you can start leaving like a second or 2 seconds earlier, and you never get withered by this guy. Then I don't think you would die either. So I think either A, spell shield on yourself earlier, or B, you could probably just leave earlier and he'll just die to your W pool. So I don't hate going for the kill. I think you have to do it better. Otherwise, you can just
Mm.
full clear. Sounds good.
Yeah, I,
'Cause
I also didn't expect her to have ult because she just killed Fizz,
Mm-hmm.
so
Well, this is one of the bright side of
expect that.
a couple things. A lot of times when laners die, they'll usually ping like what they may use, like oh they'll spam ping flash or they'll spam ping ult. And then second of all, that's another good side of like watching fights. Like for me, I'm like constantly watching my laners, so I'll like when I see my Fizz die here, I'll be watching him 1v1 because again, it doesn't really take much effort to do camps as Morgana. Usually you throw W on this camp, and now you could just look top, you could look mid. Usually Morgana just throws W, and then there's no more kiting or skill shotting going on. You could just watch lanes, right? So I would either I would personally watch lanes to see if cast ulted, and then also usually laners ping when they die, but not always. But a lot of times, even now, if I think I'm gonna go for it, I would type cast R like question mark cast F question mark if you want to go for something, it's always important to know what they have or don't have, right? Uh, but even then, even if you don't think he has ult, there's no excuse not to spell shield yourself, because even if he doesn't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
ult, you'll just take less damage from his abilities then. So, anyways, whatever. One for one. It's kind of sad because you're so close to item. Like Leon's just 30 gold away, and it's such a big spike. We end up killing the nasus, and we end up getting 2 grubs. So this is pretty good for us. Without Q and W, can't really fight. We're just chilling. Don't W. Wait for your Q and then W. Yeah, nice. This is good. Now run away. Can't really run away. Oh, nice. I mean, this is good. You got the kill. Nasa's kill. Got Malphite assist. You got the grubs. You're pretty happy. If I'm you now, I just want to do my bot camps and then instantly base for Leandries. Yep, perfect. Yeah, so far everything looks good. I don't think Nasus is too fed either. He's strong, but he's not like fed. And then I'd say you're pretty strong as well because you got your item. Nice.
I tried to defend my camps, but
Mm-hmm.
played badly, I guess.
Let's see. Ult. Again,
Here I thought I would kill him,
yeah, I thought so too.
but I slightly
Oh, you just
misplayed and
missed the W.
yeah.
That yeah, a
Oh,
single
I do kill him, but too late.
no, not Q. I'm saying not the W. Like this one, you miss this W. Like this one should be
Yeah, yeah,
unmissable. You just throw it here, and I'm pretty sure a single
yeah.
tick of this
Okay.
W would kill him. Another
Yeah.
thing here is don't forget the smite. It's only 40 damage, but if we look at it right now, how much HP does he have? I think that's 41.
41.
41.
41. Yeah, so it's 41, but then you also have Lianji's bar on him, so unironically a smite would kill him here. And it would slow him, so he'd be stuck in your W for longer. So don't forget the smite. It's a small thing, but you see how much these small things matter. I literally think the difference of you hitting smite would have killed him earlier, and then you'd have Q for Malphite instead of having to Q Nasus to kill him, you could Q the Malphite, and then Malphite wouldn't be able to kill you because he'd be stunned, obviously, right?
Mm.
So it still ends up being 1 for 1. It's not the worst for you, but again, I just try to use everything in your power: Q, W, E, Smite, whatever you have, right? Um, so and again, it's 1 for 1, so it's not like the worst or anything. Again, we're gonna clear it downwards while we steal this shit. Nice. Again, try to put your special. You're putting special on yourself really late. If you put it on earlier, then you would never get affected by the wither, like the slow, and you'd be able to run away. But here, he hits you with the wither, and now you're just so slow, so he's able to do whatever he wants. You end up making it out, maybe, maybe not.
Yeah,
Oh
he
fuck.
he refreshes it every time, so
Yeah,
like
yeah.
even if I do spell shoot once, he just refreshes
I
afterwards.
mean, no, because that's not true. Because like here, like again, if you did it for this one, then he wouldn't catch up to you because he'd be stunned, right? You want to be able to stun him and also not be slowed because then because even though you stun them here, you're basically like stunned yourself because of how slow you are, right? But if you never had wither on yourself, you have to understand you wouldn't be here right now. You'd be here right now. Like it'd be too much distance to cover. By the time he makes it to you, you're already on the blast plan while he's like, well, he'd be in this bush, you know? And now you're just too far from him to catch up. So it's really important. It's the first one's the most important one to spell shield because he has a lower CD. Like he could do 2 withers by the time you get 1 spell shield off, you know? Um, so I think if you got the first one off, you would have made it for sure. But it's fine. You got the steal. So anytime you flash for a steal, you should be like accepting your death. And then again, I think a kill for a dragon is worth. So I'm not even if I'm you, I'm not even upset that I died there because I got the dragon right. Nasus died 1 for 1. We push midwave out. We'll take his camp. Just slow. Like you see his death timer. There's no. I think once you get this wave, there's no reason to stay. And there's no way you're getting this tower. Agreed. Like it's full HP. You're not exactly a tower killer. You're not playing like a Jax or a Rengar. You got this wave. Boom. Instantly leave. You see he has 15 seconds till he spawns. It takes him like 10 seconds to run here. So you have 25 seconds to take his Gromp. If you go instantly, you could get a Gromp and Scuttle before he even gets there in time. But look how long that you take. Look how long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We spend 6 seconds hitting tower, and then here instead of instantly running to the jungle, you're going this like long way. So I could say 8.
Yet to avoid vision of it.
It
To
doesn't
avoid
matter.
vision.
Let's say they see you going.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? Nasus is dead, right? He's not gonna. He sees you on
Mm-hmm.
blue, doesn't see you on blue. He's not gonna get there in time. Same with Cassiopeia, right? Cassiopeia is still dead as well. 3, 2, 1. Takes 15 seconds to walk there. Um, it's different. If they're all alive, that's when you need to be sneaky, right? When they are alive and they can stop you, that's when you care if they see you or not. When they're not alive, that's when you don't care. See me, don't see me, you're dead. You're not gonna stop me, right? Another thing is they see you walking this way.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't necessarily mean you're going for camps. He could think you're going for scuttle crab or you're going for your krugs, you know. So I think you're definitely like over analyzing it. And also, come on, this is like the vision. So even right now, you can walk like this, you know, and then once you get out of vision,
Mm-hmm.
then you just change it like this. So if you walk like this, they're gonna assume you're going to your camps, you know. So you can walk like this, and then just do a hard left once you're out of vision. So I think you're over analyzing it, and you're just slowing yourself down, you know. And then again, same thing here. Like I would just instantly go boom, instantly start it, but you're kind of like there's no sense of urgency. You're walking down a little bit. First, you hit this thing, and now they see, like on the minimap, they can see this thing if it hits. Now they know you're in here. So all the extra movement you did this is useless because now they know you're in here because they can see in the minimap it being hit, right? So I don't know, you're just overly slow. There's the 7 seconds you're hitting the tower, the 5 seconds you're walking the longer way, hitting the squire, and look, if you kill this just again, I pointed out like what 7 to 9 seconds wasted. If you just kill this 2 seconds faster, you'd be here right now, right? And he'd be here, and you're nowhere in wither range. He'll never catch up to you. So even you see how these like 1-2 seconds matter a lot. And then again, third example of this game where you black shielded, like you black shield yourself after he's already hit you with the slow, so the spell's already on you. And even now, I think again, if you didn't black shield late again, you'd still make it out. But now he's gonna catch up to you obviously because you're slowed, and now you're dead again. So just a lot of waste of time. We have to when we're invading not because we're stronger, but because they're dead. That's when speed matters. When you're invading because you're stronger, you don't care if they're dead, alive, because you're just stronger than them. That's when speed doesn't matter. You can go slow, you can go fast. The entire point is I'm stronger than you, so I will win the fight. You know, make sense?
Yeah,
I
I
also,
actually thought that I'm stronger, but
I
yeah,
mean,
that was a mistake.
what the last 3 times Nasus on your screen, he's killed you. So I'm
Yeah.
surprised you think that because every single time we've seen Nasus, he's running your ass down, right? Here he's running your ass down.
Yeah.
It's not even close, right? He's full HP, you're 1 HP dying. Uh, but back then you started this fight, you're full HP, he's half HP, and you still almost lost this, right? And you had a huge HP advantage on him. So every single time you've seen him, I think you've been getting your ass beat. So I think you have to. There's a time where we're strong. This isn't being strong in the game. Like this game, I think you are strong, but then there's champs. But then there's champs that just counter you, you know? So I think in this game you actually are very strong, but you're not stronger than Nas. Like he'll always win 1v1 versus you. You could be 5-0 and he'll be 0-2, but when he goes Merc, Tread, Spectral, like when he goes MR and Mercs, he's just gonna have a good matchup into you, you know?
Mhm.
And also I think that for the build path, I think before you buy your items, you should press tab, look what they have, and then decide what you're gonna buy. In this game, you see Merc Treads, Spectral Scowl. You're This is not a death cap second game. This is a bloodletter second game. You need to shred this guy's magic resist, especially because he's the strongest member, like
Mm.
6'3". We need magic pen. So this could be void staff. This could be crypto bloom. I think on Morgana, blood letters is best, especially because you have an AP mid laner. So by going blood letters, who's also your strongest member. So I think for your future Morgana games, if you ever see that the strongest members are going MR, just go blood letters second or third. Okay, do not go death cap. Where's that? Sounds good.
Thanks. Yes.
Yeah. And that's kind of the same theme. Like all game, Nasus has been beating you in fights. So if I'm you, my plan is to avoid Nasus and trade. So if Nasus is going to be doing a top play, what am I going to do? I'm going to go gank bot lane. I'm going to go take his bot camps. I'm going to go play for the bot tower, right? Bot scuttle. The dragon that's spawning soon. If he's top, I'm going to be doing stuff here. If he's bot lane, I'm going to be doing stuff here. But you keep playing into him. You see Nasus top? Look at their bot lane who's over pushing. Like their bot lane is playing super far up, fighting. Xayah's immobile. Xayah has no dash to avoid your Q or no dash to avoid your ult, you know? So instead of killing their bot lane for free, or again, even their mid laner is immobile as well. Like if you walk up to Cassio and ult her, she has no way to dodge your Q or ult, right? She has no dash, she has no speed up. So I think Xayah's free kills, I think Cass's free kills, but you just have an obsession to keep running at this Nasus, who again is building to counter you. Like he's building magic resist, which is an AP champion's counter, you know? So I think it's you just have to recognize from previous fights is who's stronger, who's weaker. He's building items that specifically counter you. So you have to if you're not building items to counter him, which is Magic Pen, you have to just avoid him. Like this is the first fight you've taken in the last 5 minutes without Nasus being involved, and you just completely wipe them. It's not even close. You see? So
Mm.
it's just off like pattern recognition. Like I've taken 3 fights versus Nasus. I've died all 3 fights. I take a fight which Nasus isn't a part of, and we instantly win the fight. That in itself should be like a pretty obvious tell on what fights I should take, what fights I shouldn't take. Okay, this guy's here. I mean, he's by himself. He's 3v1, so we should just walk up and ult him. Nice. This guy should die, hopefully. Draven's gonna kill him because this guy went full MR. So Draven, he has no armor. So Draven's just gonna one-shot him. You see? Okay, we get Dragon. We leave. Nice thing. Hopefully he burns. Close. Smite would have killed, but it's close. Oh shit. I know we get him anyways. Nice, not bad. But see, Xayah Cass, these are the two guys if I'm you want to hit. Again, these champs have no speed ups and no dashes. So how are they ever going to avoid Morgana Q ult? You're basically always guaranteed to get damage on them. Boom. Pretty close. Nice try. You had a lot of money on
Yeah.
you as well, so yeah. Yeah, because look, the guy has Visage. You're never gonna kill his Nasus now. That you're going Death Cap second. If you had like Blood Letters maybe, but this guy has like so much MR. See with Malphite, Malphite has 168 MR here. Holy fuck. You're doing like no damage? You're doing some because of Leandri's, but it's not nearly as much as you could be. This is such a funny fight. Okay, once you have Death Cap, I would say melee base. It's a pretty big power spike. Nice. Okay, let's watch this dragon. Ult, ult earlier. Like you want to ult him when he's still in Q, so when he comes out of your Q CC, he's instantly snared, right? But you ult him when he's no longer CC'd, so you don't even get. See how he's still able to hit you? Oh shit. Miss your Q. You could definitely wait for your teammates' abilities. Like if you wait for bubble to hit, then you could Q after bubble. If you wait for him to be in his when he's queuing someone, like his auto. See how many Qs? Watch it. 1 second. See when he queues, he's standing still. When you auto, you can't hit someone and move. So you can wait for him to queue and then queue him, and he can't dodge it because he's standing still. You can wait for your bubble. You can wait for Tom Kench to queue him, and then he'll be slowed, which increases the chance for your queue. You shouldn't really throw your queue willy nilly. You should have it be somewhat guaranteed off your teammate's ability, off when he's stuck in his animation, off something, And because when this guy's a raid boss, you just want to CC lock him as much as you can. It's Morgana Q into Nami Q into Tom Kench Q. But again, I think at this point he's scaled pretty well. and you haven't built against them at all. Like this guy right now has 200. Is that 229? I can't see it. He has 229
Yeah.
magic resist, and you have zero magic pen. You don't have void staff. You don't have crypto bloom. You don't have blood letter. I genuinely think if you have blood letter this fight instead of death cap, this nasus would be like way lower. And then also if you held your Q for your Draven better, he might even die. Another thing as well is when you see he has Visage and he heals so much. If you see this entire game, every time you're fighting him, because of his passive, he's healing a lot. You could even after Bloodletter, you could even sit on an Oblivion Orb. Morgana applies heal cut really well because your W is AOE, your ult's AOE, most of your damage is AOE, so you're able to apply it on multiple people at once. So I don't know. I think this game, I'd really chop this game off to like three things. I think A, when you realize that Nasus was strong, you should be playing to avoid him. Again, if he's doing a top play, you should be playing with your bot lane, vice versa. Um, Two is I think play to like prioritize lanes. Like you're playing to gank this Malphite a lot when like ganking a tank doesn't really matter or do anything. I really want to gank the mobile squishies. If you ever land Q on Zai or Cast, they're just dead. And I don't think you ganked bot lane once this game. So prioritize like important lanes. Like getting kills on TK does not matter, right? Tonkin's just not a carry. Getting kills on Draven, that can win you the game, right? Three is like spell shield usage. I think if you use spell shield better on cast, you would have lived. There's like four different fights where if you spell shielded yourself before you got withered, you would have lived as well. I don't think you spell shielded wither once this game. And then last one would be just items. Usually I don't talk about items too much, but in this game items matter a lot. I think that the difference of having magic pen or death cap can completely change how these team fights are looking. Because I think at this point in the game, Nasus is too big of a problem. Now, I think you had times in the game where you could have dealt with him, but now he's just scaled too much, and we're so behind the curve on what we can do to stop him. If that makes sense. I think this is a really creative and nice sneak, but like this getting on Onacon's really nice. But again, doesn't really change what this Nasus is gonna do to you guys. Look at this guy; he's just diving between towers. Um, so I don't know. At this point, I think the game is pretty over. Nasus is too strong. Did you have any questions or points that you wanted to ask me about that I didn't talk about this game? Or any
Yeah, about the
fights?
point one, to not go to that play top.
Okay, let's see.
There were two people and they used Herald, so I thought they might take 2 or 3 towers. Would it be okay to not go there?
Let's see. Let's see. I'm just saying, like in general, top plays this game. Like I would never I'll go to that one, but I'm just saying like if I had a choice off base to play for my bot side or play for my top lane, I'm saying this entire game you always chose to play for your top catch. Like even right now, I would see this happening, I'd be like, okay, this play is done. I'm gonna go and take this guy's entire bot side. Take his Raptors, take his Red, take his Krugs. After this, maybe play the gank bot lane. Look, Dragon spawning in 20 seconds, so if I take his Raptors and I still see Nasus top, then I'll just instantly start Dragon on spawn and stack this as fast as possible. When I said that, it wasn't just referencing the Herald. It was this entire game you always defaulted to going top instead of doing a bot play. See how right now you could literally take this entire bot side,
Mhm.
take Dragon on spawn. If bot lane's fighting, you could 2v3 bot lane and have number advantage, you know? Because this is even now, like, I would never recommend playing for your Tompkins top here, you know? There's way more important things you could do on the map. But I'll go to the Herald point next.
Yeah, here I just tunneled to get the camps and then go to
Mm-hmm,
Dragon, but actually a better way
mm-hmm.
is to go straight to Dragon. Yeah, I get it. Thanks a lot.
No, I'll show this Herald for you as well, because you were asking about this. Well, do you really, I don't really see a Herald play here because again, same thing here. You're deciding to go top instead of like you see Nasus. You could same logic, same go straight to his bot side, play to gank their bot. But you're defaulting to match him. And if you look at the wave, TK got the wave, so they have no wave to play off of. If they Herald, it's going to be a blind Herald with no minions, so it can't go 2 towers because it's gonna take too much damage. Because normally like when Herald dives, it's gonna the towers on the minions and then it goes on the Herald. But in this case, because there's no minions, the Herald won't be fully like the Herald will be too low to go for 2 towers. Does that make sense? Because
Mhm.
there's no minion wave, and here it's not even a guaranteed yet that this guy's gonna use Herald top. That this guy can still use the mid, this guy can use a bot, and it's when by the time you decide to go top lane is before he heralded. Like once you're already here, now it makes sense to stick around because you see him heralding, right? But my entire point is if off base before you saw him, before it was obviously going to herald. Right now, I would just you see, okay, nice. The enemy jungle is the top objective. I'm gonna go take his bot side because if he's top side, that means he can't do his bot camps and be on herald at the same time, right? And then instead of being here, you'd be here right now. And while you're here, if you and then look, even being on different side of the map, while Fizz is fighting, you'd be in time for this like mid fight. So instead of your Fizz getting solo killed, maybe you'd save Fizz's life. Maybe you'd kill Cassiopeia. Afterwards, you'd cross into his bot side and take his bot camps. You see how it's like an entire chain of events. And then I think once you're already here, sure, you should stay to defend the Herald. I agree. But my point is, you should just never even be here to begin with, you know? Because you see, like, look, off a single crash, like off a single crash, the tower's like it's already 1.7. So the only time they could really get two towers is if the TK dies. But once the TK is alive, he can just hit. He'll kill the Herald and he'll stop it from getting to two crashes. You know, because like the Herald's already dead basically. You haven't really hit the Herald at all, and it died just off the one tower, right? So
I smited it.
all right,
But okay.
sounds good.
Right? Thanks a lot.
All right.